I wanted to get the GI Bill.
Actually, can we just stay in the internment camp?
Sure.
Because my understanding is that you sort of you were boxing at the time. Is that right? And I don't know where you learned.
No, in the camp, in the first year we were in camp, we had all the food we wanted. The Japanese were quite liberal with us. After all, we were civilians, you know, so they weren't punishing us like they were punishing the GIs who had surrendered. So that we were allowed to have our food and even get our laundry washed and everything. And I took up boxing with Nicky Wan, this American Chinese guy who was the light heavyweight, who had been the light heavyweight boxing champion of the U.S. Navy when he was in the Navy, and then he had retired. And so he was teaching us how to box, and I had to go through this regime of early morning calisthenics at 5 o'clock in the morning for an hour or so, and then we would have boxing practice, and then be freed up to go and shower and have our breakfast. And that was a pretty steady diet.
Yeah.
And Nicky Wan.
But you actually learned in the internment camp.
I actually learned how to box in the internment camp. Yeah. And then they used to put on these fights about once every 3 months for all the boxers. And so I got my introduction to combat at an early age there. And I remember being knocked out of my feet and still fighting. And still fight. At least that's what they told me. I was still fighting, even though I was out on my feet. And I woke up about a minute after I'd been knocked out on my feet. And when I woke up, I was pummeling the hell out of the other guy. And he was out on his feet. And the spectators were cheering wildly. Yeah, that was quite an occasion. And then I went up a heavier weight again, and I went against an old buddy of mine, and he made a roundhouse and hit me right in the ribs and broke a rib. After that, I quit boxing. That was it. You could get hurt too easily. So I guess it's a good thing I did quit, you know.
And but didn't you run into somebody who was a fencer at one time when you were in the internment camp, or am I got that story?
No, that was when I was in the Army.
Oh, okay.
As I said, I volunteered for the Army, and they sent me to Korea.
Right.
And in Korea, I was with the 47th